So, one thing that I actually want to do on this TikTok page and for my personal channel and things is give more insight into myself. And recently, I just started a Bible study group. That's a men's group and got some family, some friends that's in it. And every single week, I think I just want to kind of recap what was kind of brought over. So, in the first week, I really decided to let's go over Genesis 2 and 3. We'll start at the beginning of the Bible. That doesn't mean we're going in order every single week. That's not the case. Next week is Proverbs. And I really wanted to discuss with the group who is responsible for actually bringing sin into the world. And when we see all across the board, I hear so many people give different answers to who actually brought in sin. Whose fault is it? Because, people like to point fingers a lot. There's a lot of men who point fingers at Eve. There's a lot of people who point fingers at the serpent. And there's some people who put it into Adam's sake. And mind you, after reading these chapters and going into detail with everybody, they came to a conclusion at first. I had some people, and I'm not going to give any names or anything, but some people, as a majority, all blame the serpent. And then somebody switched their answer to Eve. And the answer that I told them is Adam is actually the responsible party to why sin fully entered into this world. And why that is because for several different reasons to come into fruition, God only commanded Adam to not partaken of the fruit. He did this before Eve even existed, and he needed somebody to actually tend to the garden to help him and be his helper and to work with him. And in the garden, when the serpent first came to Eve, Eve still told the serpent in Genesis 3 or Genesis 1 and 2 of chapter 3, the verses 1 and 2, the serpent specifically asks Eve, did God actually say you shall not eat? And when we really sit here and think, God did not specifically tell Eve herself that she cannot eat of the fruit. It was told to Adam, and God commanded Adam to actually eat of the fruit and not to do that at all. And when he was offered it by his wife to partake and actually eat from the fruit, he was punished by this. When we go to the punishments in chapter 3 and you look at verses 17, because you have listened to the voice of your wife. And what I want people to partake from this is Adam is not getting in trouble for listening to something that his wife had said. Adam is getting in trouble and punished because he listened to his wife over God's actual commandment. We all are in servitude to listen to what God commands us to be able to do. And we should put that first, and we answer directly to God. And since he did not fulfill his commandment, because when you go further down, because you have listened to the voice of your wife and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded you in particular, you shall not eat of it. We get cursed because of that. And mind you, God did punish the serpent and Eve as well too, because everybody had a hand to play into what actually happened before they were kicked out, and everybody is responsible in a sense. Adam did go out and tell Eve that we shall not eat of that, and she still was deceived, but Adam at the end of the day was the one who received that actual commandment particularly, and we're supposed to abide by that. And we were supposed to abide by that, and then everything happened to going through there. Now, the question where that also lies when I'm thinking of this is, if God didn't tell us directly, right, when he gave Israel the 10 Commandments and told them all what they had to abide by, just because God didn't particularly tell you not to partake in something, does that mean you are responsible for not following through with that? I don't agree with that as well too. If you are told, and we are told all, that's why I said there's they all got punished because there's responsibility that goes all across the board. The major blunder, I do believe, is because of Adam himself. But just because he didn't go through and tell you directly does not mean you cannot disobey his actual commandments as well. Because they are out there, we are known of what we should be doing and what we should not be doing, and it has been portrayed to us. And Eve telling the serpent that she shall not eat of it means that it was portrayed to her that she cannot eat of it as well too. So fault kind of lies all across the board in a sense. But when everybody was getting punished, and I read the punishment verses, the only one that God specifically stated that he did command not to eat of the fruit was particularly Adam in the words. Maybe it's the translations or what's going through there. I read it through a few of my Bible versions, but let me know what you guys think actually in the comments down below. I'm really interested in what you guys have to say and what you believe and you think. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Peace.